Hey, it's Flango again, and today with my tip of the day, I'm going to talk a little bit about the importance of controlling the board and piece placement. So, alright, this is another account that I will be controlling, and we're just going to spam mana here, stay on the side of the board. This is something that a Desires Guardian deck sometimes does, actually, so you will have to sort of understand this. Now, the other player, let's say he will move into the field and start to control the center with some cards. Nothing crazy. We'll use Geomancer. Right, end turn. Alright, so there's a whole bunch of different movement types. This is a single card, right? So it's not threatening to kill your Desires Guardian. This is a side jump. Again, it's not attacking the Desires Guardian. But you can see already that Zera has a worse movement than Desires Guardian for the most part. But right now it has access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different places. And Desires Guardian currently has access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different places, right? So even though Desires Guardian has better movement overall, its movement is very hindered. And I mean, you wouldn't go here because he'll quake you. You wouldn't go here because he'll hit you. You could go here, or here, or here, but this Desires Guardian already feels cramped. So this should already be showing you a little bit of how important it is to control the center. Now I've got a whole bunch of other movement types, and I'm going to kind of show you how you can similarly ruin, cramp, hurt an opponent. So let's start with well, we've already got a side jump here. Let's start with the Arcane Sentry. Cool. So, um, the Arcane Sentry is a single move basically, but it can also teleport back to the king. And this makes it a very, very difficult piece to really stop, right? But the problem with single moving creatures is that they can't walk up to each other without taking a hit. This guy couldn't come here without getting hit by him. And they're very easy to deal with if you just run away from them, right? Most creatures can get away a lot faster than these guys can get towards them. So you really need to have board control to use a single creature like this. Although the Arcane Sentry, since it moves by the king, is played because it's a high attack creature that can defend the king. So this Quake guy can walk forward. Let's say Zera follows. And the rest of this deck is pretty much a mess, but I'll play this card. Alright, cool. So, again, here we're seeing, well, player 2 made something of a mistake because he's given this side of the board. Now player 1 can sort of move over there and have more space for himself. Can we do that? Yeah, we can, right? Because mana... Sorry, I don't play Desires Guardian. Consume 7, yeah. And now this Desires Guardian player has been given an opportunity to use a card at range, right? And that's bad for a lot of reasons. This card can't be counterattacked. And he's gotten the board back. So when you're facing an opponent and you have board control, well, I'll make another video on how to use board control, but the idea here is showing that now that this player has board control, he can actually have options to go to and set up some sort of defense. Whereas this player here has sort of given it up. You know, he doesn't have access to a lot of, like he has access to these tiles. He can maybe attack this. But overall, his number of tiles is low. And this is sort of a mistake in the use of Geomancer, but whatever. That's not really what this video is about. Now let's talk about some sort of checkmates. So like I said, with single units, you can kind of just run away from them. They will never do anything. These units here are a little bit difficult, but let me pull up drawing. Okay, so this unit, right, can go to this square, 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 and this square, right? Now you can notice that a diagonal moving piece can cover all this and all that. So that is a pretty good way to sort of lock down the options of a side jump unit like this, especially a low health one, right? And so in your games, I want you to try to think about your placement of your units and whether or not you're controlling places that your opponent might want to develop to. This is especially important with the king, right? Let's switch colors here. So this king can go here, 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 right? Now let's see, which ways does he actually want to go? Well, he probably doesn't want to go backwards because like we talked about, that goes and ruins a lot of the places he can go. And the only places he can go from there are really the sides, unless he can find a way back into the center. So we just want to push him back and back and back so that we can develop more pieces. So how can we cover all these squares? Well, something like this unit with Quake right here would be awesome. It covers this square, this square, this square, this square. And now if you had any other unit here that covers these two squares, or a unit here that covers these two and these two, or well, these two, sorry, then all of a sudden this unit feels really, really cramped, right? Now, it does have shoot, so you kind of do have to worry about that. But overall, I want you to think about movement types and how you can be locking them down, right? Let's see if I have one last example. Sure, jump. Jump units are pretty difficult to... Here, let me move. Place it over here. Jump units are pretty difficult to use. Locking down a jump unit is... Sorry, let me clear my screen. Pretty simple. You just have to cover... Or, well, play in the middle, right? So it can't attack you. Now, Great Monarch is a great creature to have jump because it doesn't have to attack. But the big stone giant, or whatever it's called, that has jump and a high attack and health, that's not a great card because you can just play on odd numbered tiles and he all of a sudden can't hit you. The one advantage to jump is that you'll almost always have a place to go because jump is very hard to lock down. You need like a straight line here and a straight line here. Those are rare. I guess you could have like a move 2 here, but then that still lets him go here. Right here, I guess you could have like a Zera type thing and jump, 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 jump. That's pretty good actually. But yeah, the idea of this video is to show you that you can be placing your creatures in such a way. No, that's silly of me. I had the wrong. You can be placing your creatures in such a way that they're threatening, while also not really heavily attackable. And that's sort of the entire goal of this video, is just to show you that board control can convert itself into a win in a lot of cool, oh, I just ran out of time, scenarios, right? So I ran out of time, there you go, board control. I now own more of the board, can do things with it. Yeah. Thank you for watching.